everyone, and welcome to Jammin Jukebox Radio Show. I'm your host, DJ Delta Dawn, and I am so glad to be here with you on this very, well, let's just say frigid Tuesday evening. I am based in North Carolina, as many of you know from my lovely Southern accent, and but many of us throughout the country, I think except in some of the sunniest places on the West Coast right now, are dealing with this polar vortex thing out of Canada. I mean, it has just really gripped us. And if you're out there listening tonight and you're anywhere in the north, northeast, even down into Georgia even, and Alabama, some of the real southeastern states, I mean, we are gripped with just record-breaking temperatures. I've been watching social media all day, and it's just been crazy. And our guest on the line, they're based out of New York, so they are also experiencing the frigid, brutal, horrible weather that we're having right now. So I hope wherever you are, you've been safe today. I hope you're warm, and I hope if you haven't had to go out that you've been able to just stay in. And if you're listening tonight, thank you so very much for joining us. Might as well listen to the radio and some great music, right? Because there's not much else you can do when you're trapped inside your house and can't get out. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us. And if you're brand new to our program, welcome aboard. We're always glad to have brand new listeners. And we're glad you picked tonight because you picked a great night. I want to give you a little background on our wonderful guests this evening. We are very excited to have them with us. They're rising from the Brooklyn Underground. Their explosive live shows and unique blend of electro pop and psychedelic folk rock, what a great combo, makes some great music, by the way, has earned the group critical praise and attention from around the globe. And they are fronted by the powerful and seductive vocals of Jenny Electrik, and retro-futuristic pop sound is crafted by Seth Misterka. I hope I didn't just trash that. I try not to say anyone's name wrong. But he features his densely layered production and live instrumentation, and they are just absolutely wonderful. They have done some amazing things since the summer of 2011 when they released the single Electric Love, and they signed with Brooklyn-based label No Shame, and it seems like from that time forward, they have been doing so many incredible things, such as the first single and video, Eye Wide Open, premiered on Nylon Blog and aired on MTV's 120 Minutes and has become a viral YouTube hit. And their list of accomplishments is just so long. I would be here the whole show naming them all. But they've got a brand new album out that is absolutely, in my opinion, one of the best I've heard in a long time. I love their kind of music anyway, and it's just, it just makes you feel so good. But their brand new release is called Euphoria, and we're going to be playing a track or two off of that later in the program. But without further ado, I am so very excited to introduce to you Dynasty Electric. Hello, guys.
It's Jenny Electrik from Dynasty Electric. It's so great to be here on Jammin Jukebox.
This is Seth. Thanks so much for having us.
Well, thank you. It is my pleasure to have you here, and gosh, I'm so excited. I mean, I've been listening to your project of late, and I just love it. I mean, it is, as I said in the intro, it's one of those things that you pop it in, you listen to it, and it just, you can't help but dance and feel good. And I love the different infusion of the different sounds. You know, you got a funk sound, you got a psychedelic sound, you got a retro sound, and I love how you've mixed it all together to make it Dynasty Electric, you know. So congratulations on the brand new project.
Thank you so much. And I wanted to say thank you for the beautiful, warm introduction. I have a huge smile on my face the whole time. I just really appreciate how much you appreciate everything we've been working on. So thanks so much, Dawn.
Oh, you are so very welcome. Well, right out of the gate, I kind of gave a great bit of background on you guys in the intro, but how did you guys come to be as a group and as a duo?
Originally, I met Jennifer in New York City in the East Village, and she was attending bar, and I was playing saxophone, and we talked about music that night, and I asked her to join a new group I was forming on bass guitar. And so originally, the first version of Dynasty, before we became Dynasty Electric, was actually myself on the saxophone, Jennifer on the bass, and our friend Ed on the drums. And then basically through working on music over the course of the next period of time, Jennifer quickly blossomed into the lead vocalist of the group. And the drummer left to pursue other projects, and we became Dynasty Electric, where we employed electronic music, and all of a sudden switched from this instrumental saxophone-driven group to a vocal-driven electronic group.
Well, I love electronic music. I love electronica. There is just something about it that is very mesmerizing and transforming all at the same time, but I tell you, if you ever have a really crappy day, this is the kind of music to listen to because you get pumped up so quick when you're listening to it. And your album is no exception. I mean, when I listen to it, from the first track to the last track, every track was just so good, and it was just a constant, unending groove that by the time you're through listening to it, you just feel like you've been on this journey, and you can't help but feel good. I mean, that's the great thing about it.
Well, thanks so much, Dawn. And I totally agree. And I think a lot of it is just that we were so fortunate to be able to work with so many different talented artists and producers from all over the world, that each one of them, in addition to us, just put so much love into their aspects of the project. So, yeah, there's a lot of people everywhere, like all the people, we have friends in Jamaica and in the UK that are really excited about it, friends in Canada, producers, artists. So it's really just generated this like incredible buzz by people's involvement from different places and perspectives. So yeah, I can see why it makes you feel good. There's a lot of love in it.
And I mean, you know, I guess it's safe to say that because how you guys recorded this project, I mean, you know, from what I understand, you recorded, you know, skeletal versions of each song, and then you reached out to musicians around the globe via social networks and crowdfunding sites to produce and remix the songs. And I mean, in a sense, I guess you could say you guys are an international group because, you know, you're not just here in the States making music with the band. I mean, you really went to great lengths to make this project what it is, and I have no doubt that's one of the reasons why it is just so phenomenal. So who came up with the concept to do that? Because that is quite interesting, and I imagine quite an undertaking as well.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna hand it over to Seth on that one. But I just wanted to say what you're saying made me think that the name Dynasty Electric kind of just implies this like whole community. And so I think like this project is almost like coming into our name in a way as well, just by including people from so many different places and collaborating in this way. But it basically came about because we started working with Indaba music, but I'll have Seth say a little bit about that.
Okay, sure.
It was really a concept that both Jennifer and I came up with as a result of working with Indaba Music, which is a fantastic music community based in New York City, but with an access to an international community of musicians. And so with Eye Wide Open, our single from the previous album, we ended up working with Indaba and received about 500 remixes from all around the world of different styles of the song, and we were just so blown away by the experience, and there were so many great versions that we heard that was when the idea of doing an entire album in this kind of way first came about, that rather than taking an existing track and doing it as a remix, to try and incorporate the international producers during the creative process and really bring them into the making of the album right from the ground up. And so we came to New York to the studio, and as you noted, we recorded skeletal versions with the vocals and then different instruments to provide to all the remixers. And it was really just a phenomenal experience that receiving just all these different remixes from all different parts of the globe and all styles. And the album then is a culmination of just listening to and working with these different artists and boiling it down to an album's worth of material. And then we also, additionally, beyond the album, there's a larger body of work of other versions of the songs. So what we're looking to do in 2014 is really expand on the album and create a larger collection, including some of the tracks that are not on the original album. But because there's actually just so many other great musical moments that we would like to put out there as well.
Well, one of the things that I love about this album is, having all this immense talent just to collaborate with and to make this album what it has become. It's interesting to know that, how different people from around the world have interpreted those skeletal versions that you put together to send out, and what they came away with and how they added their special touch. I mean, that is so unique in itself. I mean, you don't find that in music a lot. And I imagine, too, as artists, to step out and take that leap of faith and not knowing, where people internationally were going to take your music. I mean, that is just, it's neat how it just kind of all came together.
Well, thanks for saying that. And that's definitely right on. I feel like it's just, so many amazing things are coming out of the collaboration in ways that I don't think we even thought of going into it on any level. So it's like, for example, Nova Glam, the producer that won the first contest on Indaba, and then also for the Euphoria song, created this just incredible version of it that infuses like electronic dance music with jazz and rock, and we really resonated with him. So in turn, he ends up becoming the mixing a lot of the tracks for us and collecting the tracks from the different producers and artists all over the world, and just really helping us put it into a cohesive vision. And then he mastered the album. So it actually ended up becoming a really tight collaboration between Seth and I, and then this incredible producer in the UK. Whose family is Bangladeshi, and he grew up in the UK. So that was a beautiful thing that came out of it. And then also a producer called Steve Souter up in Canada, who did also talking about Euphoria. He did the orchestral score, which is the reprise at the end of the album. And what came out of that is he just enjoyed creating this orchestral piece so much that he has now created 10 other pieces based on Dynasty Electric songs, and we've met with an orchestra and a director in Toronto where we're planning to have it performed this year. So, it's like just starting to like the seeds were planted. And then also, and another amazing thing, the producer of Rocket Ship, Derek Miller, is part of this label in the UK, Hacienda, which was started by members of Joy Division and New Order, and they really loved the track, and so they're promoting one of his supersonic remixes up on their site. So there's all these just different sort of outshoots that are just coming out of the whole experience, it's continuing to unfold. So it's really amazing to watch. And then additionally, it's really incredible when you can put a message out there. Maybe if it's a rock song, a reggae listener is never going to hear it. But if someone does a reggae version, and then someone does a dubstep version or country version or rock version, your potential for different audiences to resonate with your message are so high, and it's so global.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, it's almost as if this project, as you said it well, and that is you planted the seeds, but this really did kind of take on a life of its own once, it got into the hands of so many different collaborators to it. And now on the backside of it, the things that are unfolding as a result of the initial efforts, it's just almost mind-blowing, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like I said, I think it'll continue to unfold in that way and just surprise us. And again, it's because of just including all of this talent and all of these different people from all over, and just allowing them like a platform and a space for their creativity, and like helping them through that process, and then integrating it in our process. just created something that has a life of its own.
Oh yeah, and I had read that somewhere someone had written, they said the duo Dynasty Electric is mysterious and hypnotic. And I have to tell you, the first time I listened to your album from start to finish, that is exactly how I felt. I just felt drawn in and very relaxed and yet just so energized, if that can make sense, all at the same time. And it was just really neat how the music had that effect, because I've said so many times that music is such a universal language anyway, and people can relate to it. And this album is a perfect example of how universal music truly is, because when you're taking people from different parts of the world who are collaborating on the same project and they're adding their special touches to it, based on their culture and their society, and you put it all into one thing, it really does kind of resonate to the fact that, it really doesn't matter where you live or your background or any of that, because music is a common denominator in a lot of ways.
Absolutely. We really feel that music is a universal language and really is a kind of a nourishment for humanity, for our collective souls. And we really feel a project like this, it does bring out something much greater than any one of us, by allowing it to grow in this larger community. So the results were surprising even to us, even knowing that what we might receive. As you were saying, there's all sorts of wonderful perspectives that the different producers and musicians bring, and different sounds that they're able to put in. And by sort of putting it in this melting pot of sound, it does create just a music that can be understood really globally.
Oh, yeah, and that gives, I think, you guys a lot more potential than some artists to really, broaden your horizons, so to speak, in terms of your musical diversity and what you are able to do with music and what you can do with music. I mean, gosh, it's almost as if the sky's the limit, because you've kind of broken through some boundaries musically that a lot of artists find great struggle with, and you've just, I think what you've done here is just absolutely brilliant.
Thank you so much, Dawn. Something comes to mind that it really took, on our part as artists, it took a lot of just letting go, in a sense, like letting go of our egoic attachments to our creations and how we think they should be or sound, and just being open to what other perspectives are, and then how to incorporate that into the entire piece was definitely like a bit of a journey, I guess, just discovering like how to do that in a way that's best for everyone. Oh
yeah, and I think you've mastered it very well. It's definitely been encapsulated in this album, and for anyone who's not heard it yet, man, they are in for a treat, I must tell you. Well, I have to ask, because all this great stuff is happening around your album now. So what kind of plans has that created for you for 2014?
Well, one of the things that we were just discussing earlier today, actually, we had a meeting about, is that, now a lot of the ways that people are hearing music is through films and TV and just things attached to video and film, basically music. So we were discussing, all of these different people that we worked with. We now have the opportunity to sort of bring them into the fold on the business level as well by having the music that they created considered for different opportunities. So, one of the things is just really thinking about how to help the community in addition to ourselves.
And another project as well is we're looking to create music videos for each of the album tracks, and then also for some of the additional remixes, and then create Euphoria as a visual experience so that it can also be enjoyed on YouTube and other video sites, and try to create the audio-visual version of the album and to recreate that experience in a music video format.
I am so happy to hear you say that, because I almost feel like a lot of artists nowadays, especially mainstream artists, they've gotten away from what I feel like was the original concept of music video, which, as you described, should be a visual experience of a song. And I think there's been some of that has kind of gotten lost in the world of music that we live in now. And I have no doubt that what you want to achieve with any music video that you create for this album, it will definitely be a visual experience, because the music is a listening experience for sure. So I can't wait to see how that's all going to unfold. And have you guys kind of go back, if you will, to the roots of music video, which is what drew people into that to start with.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's interesting we're talking about the original music video format, because we just did a pilot for something we're calling New Sonic TV, which is basically like a video show where people, top 10, the pilot was the top 10 reggae videos of last year, underground reggae videos, and we had a DJ doing the different segments in between, like a la MC style original. And, it's just something we're starting, but we're getting a lot of really great feedback on the format, and definitely have intention to continue developing programming and raising awareness for all this great music that's out there.
I love that concept. I really do. And in this day and time, a lot of, when I think about young kids in their late teens, early 20s, they really don't have an idea of what original music video was supposed to be about. And the original MTV, where you had your 4 VJs and they came on and they did their thing, and it was just a wonderful experience for the viewer to watch, their favorite songs in real time right there on television.
Absolutely, and with New Sonic, New Sonic is also our record label, and we're creating it as a larger media platform. So New Sonic TV is really we're envisioning it as the way that MTV once was, with DJs and showing really great music videos, and really focusing on new and emerging artists and artists that are breaking through, in order to sort of get out of this cycle of only playing the very top hits on Billboard, for instance. And we're really trying to focus more on music that needs more exposure, and sort of mixing that up with some larger artists as well, and creating the platform, bringing back music television in a way that is actually about music.
Oh, I love that idea. I grew up in the era of, MTV. I was in high school, and I remember when it emerged and it made its debut, and it was just the coolest thing. I mean, I would come in from school and I couldn't wait to get home so I could sit down and watch MTV. It was just really cool to see radio visualized on television for the first time, and and from there it grew, and so I'm thrilled that you guys are bringing that back, because MTV has kind of gotten lost into the here and now of things, and they're not so much a video music channel much anymore, But nonetheless, I will say this on this program to you both, that if there's anything that we can do here at Jammin' Jukebox Radio to help, you guys in any way with that effort, please let us know, because I'm a big fan of indie artists and I believe in indie music. To me, in my opinion, what you guys are doing and what so many indie artists are doing out there, it's some of the best music going. And mainstream radio has no clue what they're missing out on, in my opinion. The music is so much better than anything you could hear on regular terrestrial radio. And I just believe it, because artists like you guys, it takes a lot to seek out people from around the globe to collaborate on a project that you are doing. And I don't think a lot of people, listeners out there sometimes, or even mainstream radio, I mean, everything is so rote in that vein, but there's so much creative genius that goes on in this genre that is unsurpassed in any other genre of music, in my opinion. And so, just in talking with you, the things that you guys yourselves are doing is so impressive to me, and how this is just going to change the I think, the world of music on a dime, because you are bringing some stuff back to some listeners are going to look at it and go, oh, my gosh, that's brand new, because to them it is going to be. People like my kids, for example. And then for people like myself, we're going to love it because it's retro, but it's here and now and relevant, you know. So I applaud you both for really branching out and being great visionaries in what you are doing musically and also for the music industry as a whole.
Thanks, Don.
Yeah, thank you so much for saying that. It's definitely it can be a challenge to do things independently and just like stay focused on the intention, and just to hear feedback like this is really encouraging and appreciated.
Well, I sincerely mean it, because I've been an avid fan of music all my life, and although I don't profess to be an expert, I know good music when I hear it, and you guys definitely have what it takes and are putting out some outstanding music that, in my opinion, the whole world needs to hear. So we will do everything we can to promote you guys, and anything that you put out, just get it to us. We will get it on for airplay. We'll do whatever we can, because your music definitely is the kind that needs to be heard, in my opinion.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Don. We appreciate that.
You're so very welcome.
If anyone wants to check out the TV station that we're doing, it's newsonic.tv as well.
Newsonic.tv. Well, I will definitely add a link to that to our website so that we can be sure to direct anybody that visits our website to that, and that's Newsonic TV. Is that NEWSONIC?
That's correct.
.tv.
Okay.
.tv.
.tv. Okay, I've got it down, and I'll make sure there's a link on our site so that we can direct people to it, and we'll also promote out about that on social media as well from all of our sites, so that we can point people to that, because that is, if people have never experienced that, they will absolutely love it, and it's something I'm glad you guys are doing, so kudos to both of you for that. I really am so appreciative of your time this evening and just being able to call in and talk about everything that you're doing, and would love to have you guys back anytime you want to come back to update us on all the great things that I know are going to be happening as the year unfolds.
Yeah, we would love that. This has definitely been really awesome talking with you and everyone else.
Well, likewise. Well, you guys are awesome. You've accomplished so many great things in the world of music since you've been together, and have reaped so many accolades. And you know, you guys you've got the right idea musically. And I'm a big advocate for anyone that really understands and gets music the way you guys do. So I wish you nothing but much continued success as 2014 continues to unfold. I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Thanks so much, and thanks for having such a great show.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, take care, you guys. God bless, and we will definitely be in touch with you very soon.
Yes, stay warm.
Oh, you too. You guys be safe up there in New York.
Thank you.
Yes.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
Bye. We've been speaking with the duo Seth and Jenny and Seth from Dynasty Electric. A fun couple. I love speaking with them, and wow, who knew? I mean, they are doing so many phenomenal things in the world of music. I love their whole idea of a music video channel featuring indie artists. You know, it's almost one of those things like, wow, why didn't I think of that? But that is so that's ingenious. If you grew up in the world of MTV when it had debuted, this is exciting news. And so I'm excited. Again, the web address to go visit that is newsonic.tv, NEWSONIC.tv. And as I said, we will put a link on our website for that. But if you want to check out Dynasty Electric, let me give you a little bit of information. You can go to their official website, which is dynastyelectric.net. You can also visit them on Facebook. Same thing, Dynasty Electric, or you can visit them on Twitter, and again, Dynasty Electric. So any one of those, just plug in Dynasty Electric or do a search on Google, and they'll pop up everywhere. But you definitely want to follow them because they have got so much stuff going on. It's crazy good. I mean, it's just unreal what all they've got in the hopper that they are doing and accomplishing. And if you ever read their bio, just plan to set aside a couple of minutes because they've done so much already musically since about 2009 when they caught the attention of hip-hop mogul Damon Dash and began working with legendary producer Ski Beats, who has produced Jay-Z, Camplo, and Curacy. So I'm telling you, they are definitely doing some major things and are, I'd say at this point, a little more than up and coming. They've gotten some attention of some big folks. But before we wrap our show this evening, I want to play a song off of their, actually I'm going to play two songs off of their latest release. The latest release is entitled Euphoria, and you can purchase that over at iTunes, and also if you go to their website, you can get all the information about that. But a couple songs I want to play for you. One will be Supersonic, which is the song that's been released. And the next, before we close, I will close with Rocket Ship. So take a listen and enjoy. Believe me, you're going to. Uh-oh. That did not upload correctly. I don't know what the problem might be. Okay, let me try the next song and see what's going on with it here. Oh, dear. I don't know what the problem is, quite frankly, unless it did not upload correctly. But I tell you what, apparently there's some technical glitch with the software that I'm using this evening, and I do profusely apologize. But what we will do is we will put these two songs on our website, and you can go and we will send out a tweet, and you can go there and listen to them, because I definitely want you to hear these songs. They are really cool. If you love electronica music, if you love a retro pop, I mean, their music is infused with so many different sounds from different genres that it's really cool stuff. And it's very innovative, and it's not like anything you normally hear on the mainstream radio and on the beaten path these days, and that's what I love so much about it. So I do apologize that we weren't able to play that, and we had a technical glitch, but rather than hold everyone here while we try to fix it, we will just upload it right after the show. You can go there and listen to it. And many, many thanks to our guest, Dynasty Electric, this evening for being with us and for being our special guest. And many thanks to all of you as well for tuning in. And again, if you're brand new to our program, we are so glad to have you here and hope that you will be back again. So without further ado, I want to bid everyone a farewell and hope that wherever you are, that you are warm, that you are safe. Don't go out if you don't have to. Hopefully in another day or so, this will all be over. We'll be warming up, and everyone can emerge and go about their business. Let's hope so at least. But nonetheless, be safe, be warm. And we will be back again with you very, very soon. Take care, all. Have a great evening and a great rest of your week. And good night.
Thanks for listening to tonight's show. You can connect with Jammin Jukebox Radio Show on Twitter at Jammin Jukebox or on Facebook at Jammin Jukebox Radio Show. Check out our website at thejamminjukebox.com. Also, follow us on Blog Talk, where you will be always up to date on every episode as we add it. Each episode is available for immediate download upon the conclusion of each broadcast, and as always on iTunes. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for listening to tonight's show.